Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT math problems out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 852. Please turn to it. Page number 852, and today is our lesson number 115. On that page you will find three problems, 18, 19 and 20. They are all hard problems, number 20 being the nastiest of all three. And we are in fact going to start with number 20. We're going to work backwards. Let's take a look at it. It's important that you have the book in front of you so that you can look at the picture yourself. It looks something like this. We're given a semicircle. It says in the picture above, arc SBT is 1/4 of the circle. It's not a semicircle, it's 1/4 of a circle, of course, but I don't know what the hell I was saying before. SBT, so here's your S, or rather R, S, and T, and then they give us A, B, and C. We are told that SBT, the arc, is 1/4 of the circle. This is how we represent the arc. ABC with a curve on it, that means it's an arc, as opposed to ABC with a straight line would be a straight line, ABC appearing in A, B, C. Here they appear in an arc, A, B, and C, because hence the arc. So arc, this is an arc here. SBT, we are told, is 1/4 of a circle. What do we know about the circle? It's a circle with a center R and a radius 6. Well, that helps a lot. So radius is 6. Well, if the radius is 6, then the circumference of the entire circle would be C equals 2 times pi times R, and this represents 1/4 of it. So if we divide both sides by 4, we find out that the quarter of the circumference would be, if we divide 2 into this 4, it goes 2 times, this 6 goes into 3 times, so it's 3 times pi. It's 3 pi. Arc ABC that we see there, not ABC rather, arc SBT that we see there, we just found out is 3 pi. And they're looking for the perimeter of the picture that they show us in the shaded region. You have the book in front of you, obviously. You must, otherwise you won't follow it. And since they're looking for the perimeter of the shaded region, we know now that the correct answer, whatever it is, must contain 3 pi plus something. It must contain 3 pi, because the rest of this is numerical value. This is a numerical value. This distance that they're showing is a numerical value something, and this distance that they're showing is some numerical value C to T. So it has to be 3 pi plus something, which means among the 5 answer choices that are given to us, we already know that the answer cannot be E or a D. It's got to be either A, B, or C. It has to be either A, B, or C. And if you're running out of time, this is the last problem. There are only a few seconds left and you're running out of time. This is good enough. Just cross out those 2 answer choices and just pick one from the remaining 3, and that's it. Once in a while you have to do that, because the alternative is to just leave it blank. Just guess intelligently. Guessing intelligently on the exam means that you are able to eliminate at least 2 answer choices. If you can eliminate at least 2 of the 5 answer choices, don't leave it blank. Guess from the remaining 3. The odds are in your favor. Anyway, let's continue. The question is, what's the parameter of the region that they're showing here? And what else did they tell you? Did they say if the length plus the width of the rectangle ABCR, if the length and the width, we are told, is 8. So let's give it a name. Let's call it X and Y. So the length is what we're calling X, the width is what we're calling Y, X and Y, and we are told that X plus Y equals 8. We're going to make a note of it. Let's make a note of it. So place prominent up here. X plus Y equals 8. So we have found 2 pieces of information. Now let's work on this part. This part that you see here, A to C, I hope that you're able to see that A to C is same as B to R. A to C is same as R to B, which is the radius. Which is the radius. And we know the radius is 6. So A to C is 6. Therefore A to C is A to C is 6. So we know, okay, here's what's going on. We know the length of the arc, we know this distance. All we have to find out is this distance on the top, S to A, and this distance on the bottom, C to T. We have X, we have Y, let's call it W and Z. X, Y, W and Z. Now what we have to understand here, most important part that we have to understand here is that we do not need to figure out the individual value of W and Z. We just have to be able to find out their sum. We're not looking for their individual value, we're looking for their sum. So treat that as one unknown, one variable. Even though this is W and this is Z, we are looking for their sum, and therefore that is one unknown. That sum is the unknown quantity. You understand? And we have three equations. The three equations are right here. X plus Y we know. X plus Y we know is 6. We know now that length plus width is 8, not 6. Length plus width is 8. The length plus width is 8. We also know that X plus W, which is the radius, which is 6. Similarly, Y plus Z is also 6. We have three equations. Which means we can solve for three unknowns. We cannot solve for 4 unknowns. The reason why people freak out is because they say, well, we have 4 unknowns. They are right. X plus X, Y, W and Z. There are 4 unknowns, but there are only 3 equations, and they say it cannot be done. And they are correct. When they say that the individual value of these 4 variables cannot be figured out, they are correct. But nobody is asking us to figure out the individual value of W and the Z. As long as we can figure out their sum, that's all we need. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, watch what happens. Here's what we're going to do. We know that S to R is S to A plus A to R. S to A is what we're calling W, and A to R is what we're calling X, and we know that equals 6. Similarly, so let's put that aside. Similarly, we know that R to T equals R to C plus C to T. R to C is what we're calling Y, and C to T is our Z, and that we know equals 6. Watch what happens. Let's add them up. Let's add them up here. Therefore, S to R plus R to T, in other words, this radius from S to R and R to T equals 12, because this equals 6 and that equals 6. S to R we know is W plus X. R to T we know is Y plus Z, and that equals 12. So far we have made use of these 2 equations. We have made use of this equation and we have made of this equation. We have made use of 2 equations. The 2 equations that we have made use of are the 2 radii. The radius S to R, which is 6, and R to T, which is 6. Now we're going to make use of the 3rd equation that they give us, which is the fact that the sum of the length and the width is 8. The sum of the length and the width, we are told, is 8. And this is where it's going to come in. Okay, I need the room. Combine them together and we get X plus Y, you see, X plus Y plus W plus Z equals 12. And there is a 3rd equation there, X plus Y. X plus Y, the length plus width we are told is 8, plus W plus Z equals 12. And that tells us that W plus Z equals 4. Voila. One more time, there is no way to figure out the value of the W and the Z separately, but we did figure out their sum, and therefore the total part that we're looking for is, I'm going to put it here individually. Okay, let's start from the beginning. SBT, this arc here, SBT we know is 3 pi. We know this distance here, A to C we know is 6. plus C to T and S to A. C to T and S to A is the Z plus the W, which we just found out is 4. So it's simply 3 pi plus 6 plus 4 or 3 pi plus 10. There you go. That's it. That's your answer. 3 pi plus 10. The answer is B. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to get another frame for 1 second. It took 11 minutes to solve the problem. That's too long, obviously. It is not worth doing it on the exam. There is no shame in skipping 1 or 2 questions, especially the very last one. Just guess intelligently, cross out the D and the E, pick one and move on. Now, if I had to pick one answer choice among the 3 here, I would actually be tempted to pick this one and not the other one, because the first one says 3 pi plus 8 and 8 appears in the problem. They're just repeating a number from the problem. And when they repeat the number from the problem, it makes me very nervous. They tell you the length and the width is 8. I don't like that. It appears in the answer choices. Similarly, 6 plus 8, the radius is 6 and length and the width is 8. 6 plus 8 is 14, which is another answer choice. I don't like that either. It's too sucker an answer. It's a sucker's answer. Anyway, we pick one from the remaining 3. We're going to be right 1/3 of the time. We're going to be wrong 2/3 of the time, but that's okay. That's life. Number 19. We're going to move on. Number 19. Number 19. In number 19 it says, in a set of 11 different numbers, which of the following cannot affect the value of the median? Which of the following cannot affect the value of the median? That is the most important part. We have to understand that we are not talking about the position of a given value, a given number in a series of numbers. We are talking about the actual value of the median. And we are told that we have a set of 11 different numbers. So what are we going to do? No, we are not going to sit there and make 11 different numbers. That will take forever. That will be very tedious, very time consuming. You have to do it in a smart way. Ask yourself, what is the least number of numbers that we need in order to convey the notion of median? If you're trying to explain to somebody the idea of median, what's the least number of numbers that you need? Median means is the middle number after the numbers have been arranged either in the ascending order or descending order. After all the numbers have been arranged in increasing order or decreasing order, the middle number is called the median. And in order for us to convey that concept, the least number of numbers that we need is 3. So we're going to make up 3 numbers here. Let's make up 3 numbers here. Let's make up 5, 6 and 7. And now we're going to do the operation that they tell us, and we're going to see which of the operation does not alter, does not change the value of the median. The first one says double each number. It says double each number. Well, obviously if you're going to double each number, the median is going to be double as before, twice as before, because we're doubling everything. 5 will become 10, 6 will become 12, 7 will become 14. The median before was 6, now it is 12. It is not the same. The value of the median has changed. A is not the answer. Let's look at B. B says increase each number by 10. Increase by 10. Well, again, if you increase everything by 10, the median is going to be 10 more than before. 5 will become 15, 6 will become 16, and 7 will become 17. The median now is 16. Before it was 6. This is no good. Last one says increase the smallest number. Increase the smallest number. I didn't mean to say last one, I meant to say answer choice C says increase the smallest number. So we have 5, 6 and 7. Now this is where you have to be careful, because if you're timid, if you're a chicken, and if you just go and increase it by 5.5 to 5.5, that doesn't change the median. The median is still 6. You have to be brave. You have to think outside the box. You have to you ask yourself, what happens if this 5 all of a sudden becomes 50 or 500 or 5,000? Now, in order to find the median, we have to put them in order. The smallest one is 6, then comes 7, then comes 5,000. The median was 6 to begin with, now it is 7. The value of the median has changed. That's no good. Let's look at D. D says, decrease the largest number. Decrease the largest number. We had 5, 6 and 7 to begin with. Let's decrease the largest number. Again, don't decrease the 7 to 6.5 or 6.1. That won't do it. Ask yourself, how can I change this thing in a drastic manner? The quickest and the easiest way to decrease the number is to just stick a negative sign in front of it. So now we have 5, 6 and a negative 7. In order to figure out their median, we must arrange them in order. The smallest number is negative 7, then comes 5 and then comes 6. The median before was 6, now it is 5. That's no good. Let's look at E. E says, increase the largest. 5, 6 and 7. If you take the largest number in a series of number, and if you increase it even more, you make it even larger, that's not going to affect the order of the things. The order of the number is not going to be affected by that, and therefore the median will remain the same as before. In a series of numbers, listen carefully, in a series of numbers, increasing the largest number or decreasing the smallest number does not alter the median. The answer is E. Let's look at number 18. Number 18. Says, in the picture above, wires are braided. We have 3 wires, A, B and C. Wires are braided, that is, by starting in order A, B, C, the outer left wire A is brought over B to the middle position. So we take our outer left wire, bring it to the middle position, we bring it over B to the middle position, and we end up with B ends up here, A ends up between B and C will remain where it is. So this is our starting point, and this is step number 1. Then we take the left one and do the same thing, bring it to the other side. It says, that's called step 1. And then we take the outer right wire C and we bring it to the new middle position over A, between B and A. And we end up with B ends up where it is, C is going to end up between B and A ends up here. That's our step 2. And so on and so forth. The question is, at what number step does the braid first repeat the original order of A, B and C? So we're going to keep on going until we get back our A, B and C that we started out with. So let's do it. So now we take the B, move it to the middle position. So C ends up here, B ends up in the middle, A ends up here. That's step number 3. Now we take our A and put it to the middle position. And C stays where it is and B is going to end up here. That's step number 4. Now we take our C and move it to the middle position. So C moves in the middle position, A moves to the left, B stays where it is. That's step number 5. Now we take our B and move it to the middle position. So B ends up in the middle position, A is where it is, and C is going to end up here. Voila. We get back our original order of A, B and C in the 6th step, in step number 6. And therefore the answer is D. That was it. That was the end of this section. Tomorrow we'll start a new section on page number 857, section number 9. Alright? I'll see you then. Bye now.